Congrats, Jim. I'm so happy for you. I know this has been a long overdue and you're ready for retirement, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm just jealous that I can't join you right now, but in probably about 4 years I'll be able to, and we can really enjoy life like we're supposed to and not have to worry about work. You've been an asset at Kona Hospital for 39 and a half years, and I know they hate to see you go. Probably one of my favorite memories of you is when you planned us a surprise, or planned me a surprise cruise to the Bahamas with my mom and dad, and I had no clue where we were going or what we were doing, and it's very hard to surprise this chick right here, but you did. And we had a great time. We've had some great memories, our 24 days on our honeymoon, our trip to St. John's with a kid, and just so many more things, that I know we're going to enjoy. Our 30th anniversary to Italy we just had was great. Of course, I met you years ago at one of those crazy pharmacy parties, and that's how we hooked up. But we've made a lot of memories since then, and looking forward to making a lot more in your retirement. I love you, and thanks for everything you do for us.
Problem is I just can't tell them all. I don't know what kind of crowd you're going to have, but sorry I can't be there. I am working. And anyway, I remember a story. It's about 1985, could have been around 1986. You were implementing the pharmacy computer system. This consisted of one standalone, I think it was an AT or an XT at the time. But it was on late afternoon, I don't remember, in 86 maybe, and late afternoon, early evening, and anyway, you were bugging me, Sean, gotta set up your password, Sean, gotta set up your password. And I'm like, leave me alone, I've got work to do here. We're in main pharmacy, of course, and you're sitting there working on your computer, and I'm doing real work, and Sean, get over here. Anyway, I'm working on all this hard stuff, what I consider hard anyway. And I remember you just saying, now get over here right now. And I just said, help! And that was my password for the next 20 or 30 years at Cone. So if you want to find some funny stuff, go use that password, log into the pharmacy system, and what you find can help you afford to buy a pizza. Anyway, congratulations, and talk to you soon.
Jim, I hate that I missed your retirement party, but when you're retired like I am, sometimes you spend the month of January in Key West. It's a rough life, but you too will be able to enjoy this in just a few short days. Three things that I think I remember most about you are a particular mid-year, a Caymas flight, and finally sailing. The mid-year I remember very well is you're giving a wonderful talk. Your slides jammed, and for those people, all younger people that don't know what slides are, at one time we used a slide and a carousel to give talks, and his slides jammed, and the technician came in to fix the slides, took the ring off the carousel and pulled the slide out and juggled it and couldn't get it out, so she turned it upside down and all the slides fell on the floor. But Jim, you stuck through it, and I was amazed at how well you did in finishing up that talk. The second thing I remember is I had some Caymans, and you decided we ought to drink that Caymans and organize this wonderful dinner. And I believe it's Deanne came in. I think it was when Deanne. I think Greg Brooks got most of the wine that night, because I think that was when Deanne was secretly pregnant. She didn't want to tell anybody, and she would take a sip of the wine and give it back to Greg Brooks and let him finish it up. But we had a great dinner that night, some great wine, some great fellowship. We sort of enjoyed that again when I retired. We got that group, a few of that group back together again, and had a wonderful, wonderful dinner when I retired, and I really enjoyed that. And the last thing, I got you into sailing. You went out and you had a Hobie Cat, but you took me out and we looked at this monohull out on the lake, and talked you into, and somehow you talked yourself into buying that boat, and you refurbished it, and you've done a great job. Now all I need you to do is get that damn boat on a truck and bring it down to the coast so we can do some whitewater sailing. Really do congratulate you on your wonderful career. I hate that I missed the party tonight, and I hope that you do some wonderful things like I'm doing and take your time, enjoy it, and it will be a wonderful, wonderful experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Best to you and Lauren and Tyler and Cindy, and hope the next 30 or 40 years of your life are one of great enjoyment. I hope to see you soon. Best of luck and best wishes.
Lauren, one of the stories about Jim and work. I didn't work with Jim all that long, but I sure lived next to him at Blues Lake for a long time, and also I've done a lot of hiking trips and things with him. So a couple of quick stories. One was Jim and I bought a Hobie Cat together, and we really hadn't used it yet much and didn't know what we were doing. But we went past, we were on Blues Lake, and went zipping by the game warden. Probably too close to him to start with. And he throws his lights on and he chases us. Well, we couldn't stop. The wind was up, and so we had to keep going until we got to behind an island. We stopped and got out, and he pulled up and he starts writing us up for not having a registration. Well, Hasspacher gets in an argument with this guy about how we don't need to register this Hobie Cat. And he's arguing and arguing, and the guy is about ready to arrest Jim. I'm like, Hasspacher, shut up. Don't argue with the guy with a gun on his hip. I finally got Jim kind of drug away from the guy, and everything calmed down, and we got on the Hobie Cat and got back, paid our fine, and registered the Hobie Cat, which we should have done first. The other was a story that comes to mind. Jim and I have hiked together a lot, and we were hiking up in the Smokies. And I guess I had the toilet paper because we were walking along, and all of a sudden Jim throws his pack down and says, Rice, give me the toilet paper, give me the toilet paper. So I dig the toilet paper out, and he runs up into the woods. And he comes back a few minutes later, and he's carrying his underwear, and he said, nah, too late. So that night we had the ceremonial burning of the underwear over the fire. So that was a memorable hiking trip with Jim. Best luck in your retirement, Jim. Hope we get some more stories together.
Happy retirement, Jim. I've been looking for somebody to hang out with for a while.
Hey Jim, I'm gonna be so jealous. You and Greg both retired now, but we're excited to spend more time with you.
See you soon.
Hi, Jim. Congratulations. Your sweet Lauren tasked us with sharing a favorite or funny memory. In almost 40 years, there are too many to choose from. Over the years, we've had a ton of fun and laughs, and oh yes, lots of wine. As far as work's concerned, we accomplished a lot, and you most certainly were often a challenge. So I'll have to say that many times I hung up the phone and said, I love him, but he drives me crazy. So with that being said, I wish you much more fun and laughter and wine. Cheers, Jim. Enjoy your retirement.
Jim, there are so many memories that I don't even know where to start. So here's a mashup rambling of events we made to Google order, and since I was afraid I'd forget, I'm going to have to do it somehow else. Cindy left and put me in charge and responsible for you. Thanks a lot. UNC Sports, no other explanation is needed. Tailgating. The old Mercedes. Man, we loved that car. Moving from the closet to the penthouse. Babysitting for Lauren and Tyler. The ice storm that almost ruined Jennifer's bridesmaid luncheon. Thanks for answering the SOS call. Our word of the day emails. The epic training in Wisconsin. And I've never seen someone eat so many salads for lunch. Inviting me to the house for jambalaya that I did not eat with all the other adults and instead ate the hot dogs with the kids. All of the bets and the nicknames. All of the pictures of you. Filling your office to the ceiling with black balloons for a really special birthday celebration. The healthcare careers fair for the Boy Scouts that we did for Neil that we had to go to Ham's afterwards and had a beer. Teaching me the appropriate way to check Cartville by looking at the piece of paper and making the sign of the cross. And who can forget the safety czar completing order entry by placing a stapler on the enter key. I know there are so many more things that I have forgotten. Congratulations on your retirement. Just know that you will be missed, and thank you for all the laughter and memories. I'm better off in my life for knowing you. Best of luck.
Hey there, Jim, Cindy, and family. Sure wish I could be there with you today. Jim, you're worthy of honor, worthy of a great celebration. You help make work fun. You certainly were a good friend to me, great professional coworker, and friend and colleague to so many people there in the years you were at Cone. You shared some of my passions, Detroit Tigers. You shared maybe a closet Spartan fan. For sure you were a fan of Darryl. And you helped start this Good to Great movement. Thank you for being a huge part of it. You started quality and safety before we even talked about Good to Great. Then you've launched it since then. You helped make sure these look-alike, sound-alike medications were kept safe from our patients, and we're so committed to that. So thank you for your support as a professional colleague. Thank you for making work fun. I wish the best for you as you transition and get a little bit more leg time with your lovely family.
To Fun Days Retirement. That's what it's all about. Here's one of your favorite songs playing in the background, and I hope you do have a great time. I know you will. Again, congratulations. You deserve it.
Hey Jim, I think when we started working together, you had calmed down a lot, so I really don't have a lot of funny and crazy memories of us working together, but I do have a lot of good memories, and The ones that stick out to me most is when we shared an office space together. And there were many times when I was confronted with a lot of dilemmas, and I always knew I could stop by your office and you'd be a great sounding board for me and actually have a lot of good advice. Thank you.
Hey Dad, just wanted to say congratulations. We love you and we hope you have a happy retirement.
Congratulations on your retirement, Dad. I know you've worked so hard for a very long time and you've done a lot of great things for the hospital system. We're so proud of you and welcome to permanent vacation.
Hey Jim, just wanted to congratulate you on your retirement, and I know you'll be coming up north, and so that we can spend some time, so I'll be enjoying your retirement as well as you. Okay, good luck.
Hi, Jim. Laura made me do this today. Congratulations on your retirement, and Kent wants to congratulate you as well. We'll talk to you later, okay? Bye-bye.
So, hey, I'm Dave Meyer. I've been asked to say a few words for Jim Hasspacher's retirement. So first of all, on a serious note, congratulations to the old geezer. I'm not surprised it took him this long. I mean, the guy's older than dirt. I think he helped sail the ark with Moses there or whatever, so I'm not surprised. But congratulations, Jim. But anyway, I guess it all starts June 27th, 1981. The day of infamy, and it's not because the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor. It's because that's the day I met Jim Hasspacher. And we started out a lifelong friendship. So anyway, a couple stories. Kind of where we've been, where we are, where we might go. So there were 4 residents, myself, kid from upstate New York, Jim, a kid from Warren, Michigan, outside of Detroit, Bill Silta, a kid from Northwest Connecticut, and Nancy Fox, a young lady from West Virginia. And I don't know how this exactly happened, because when we were residents, we normally would have to work 2 of us one weekend and then the other 2 the next weekend, back and forth. But somehow one weekend, myself and Jim and Bill Silton were all riding down to Charleston, South Carolina. Jim knew some ladies there that were living right on the Battery from Ferris State, his alma mater, and we were going down to, do some Bible study and worship and that kind of thing for the weekend. Well, anyway, these 3 Yankees, now I guess Jim and I are damn Yankees, we're driving down to Charleston, and we're looking and we're seeing fields and fields of this big green yellowish plant, and we're like, what the hell is that stuff? And we're like, I never saw anything like that. And Bill and Jim said the same thing. And well, after about 20 miles, 30 miles, we're in Chesterfield County, South Carolina. We figure out it's tobacco. So we hop out of Jim's car, which in that time was a Volkswagen Bug, which you could actually watch the highway go by as you were riding through the floor. And we hopped out of the car and took a picture with us by tobacco, because we had never seen tobacco. Our family, our friends didn't know what tobacco was, so we took a picture. Well, we drive a little farther. Now I think we're in Marlboro County, South Carolina. And we see these fields of white, as far as you can see white. And we're like, what the hell's that? And we're looking and looking, and we drive along, and I think it was Bill Silta finally says, That's cotton. Well, we hop out of the car and we go out and we take our pictures with ourselves by cotton, because again, these damn Yankees had never seen cotton before in their lives. Now, you gotta imagine, I'm sure there were plenty of redneck boys driving by in their big old dualies and their trucks, never left Chesterfield or Marlborough County in their entire lives, looking over at us going, and they call us rednecks? But anyway, so that was kind of where we've been. Forgot what I was going to say now. Another funny story. A couple years later, Jim and I were going down to Charleston again. We really like going to the Garden Gun Worship. And anyway, we were riding down, and I had a brand new Volkswagen Rabbit GTI. 5-speed, 16-valve turbo, and this thing could flat up haul. And we're flying down through South Carolina to go down to Charleston. And if you know anything about going on these back roads in South Carolina, when you get to a little town, you damn well better slow down, because our friends in blue are sitting right at the town line where the speed limit goes down to 35 miles an hour, and they're ready to give you a ticket and justify their salary and the raise they want next year. So we're at Coker, South Carolina. I'm flying in this thing, and we get into Coker, and bingo, all of a sudden we see the blue light. So, as any smart person would do, I put my foot on the gas to outrun the cop, went around a couple turns, turned off on a gravel road, turned into this little driveway, and sat in there, and we thought, yeah, okay, the cop will ride by, and we'll sit here for 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll keep on going. Well, the blue light comes down, we see it going down the road, we see it slow down, we see it back up, we see it come down the road, and next thing you know, the blue light's right behind us. Well, our fine, friendly officer comes up to the window, license and registration, please, young man. I give him the license and registration. He says, where are you boys going in such a hurry? And I said, officer, we're going down to Charleston, South Carolina. We have a Bible study that we need to get to. So he was a very nice officer, and by the grace of God, he decided that he was going to let us go. So he returned my driver's license and my registration, and he basically informed me that if he caught me driving that fast through his town again, I'd be staying for an extended stay, but this particular evening he was going to let us go. Well, you'd have thought if you were smart, you'd just keep your mouth shut, say thank you, sir, and keep going. But Jim and I not always are the smartest guys, and we look at the officer and say, by the way, sir, how did you know how we were here? The officer said, next time you try to outrun the law and hide on a back road, you really ought to take your foot off the brake. So anyway, so that's kind of where we've been to. Third story, and I'm going to wrap it up here because I know a lot of other people have things to say, and I could tell a lifetime of stories. Anyway, this one about my father. And my father would really like Jim. Thought Jim and Tim Rice were the two greatest guys on earth. Told me all the time, oh, these guys are good influence on you. You need to hang out with these guys. And I was like, okay, well, we used to throw some pretty big Bible study parties. And I worked for SmithKline and French. And I had taken, we would take exam lights and we would tape them together, and then we would tape them to our ceiling fan, and we'd have our own strobe light and disco. Now you gotta remember, this is in the late 80s, disco was king, so we had to have that. But anyway, my dad would say, between the three of you and you two boys, you don't have a lick of sense. But I think my father must have told the story of us doing that and how we made our own disco to about every single friend he ever had. So he really thought it was really quite ingenious. So anyway, good luck, Jim, and see you soon.